So do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Morales, a detailer, and I come to people's houses and make their car look pretty.
You're awesome. I seen your page, and what I first saw was that Z. Was it
Yes.
that Datsun Z?
Yes.
That really caught my eye, and I
Yes.
was like, wow, this guy's local. Like that's crazy. Like,
Yes, for sure.
yeah. So you were asking me about how I got this car. So actually, what happened was I had a Genesis lease that it was a G80.
Okay.
And I got the last one, and I got it for steel, bro.
Nice.
I got the lease for like $300 a month, which
Right.
that car is usually
Right. Yep.
double that. And because they were about to come out with the new motor, like the twin turbo 3.3.
Right.
So I had the 3.8. So that lease was up. So I just started my job, and I was like, I want to keep costs low.
Right.
So I actually bought this SL 500 first, and I was like my dream car growing up.
Right.
But then it was in the shop like every month. So I was like, I have this long commute. I need something reliable. So I went online, and there's this Park Place Motors in Seattle. So
Right.
it's like, you know, people go on Zillow or they go on different, like, you know, bring a trailer.
Right.
You know, I always went on their website and I saw this car, and I didn't even know that this thing existed. So I knew about the B7s. But then I didn't know this B6 existed, and it was super clean, low miles. It only had 26,000 miles, and it had depreciated over 50%.
Easily.
So, you know, brand new, this thing was like 130 grand.
It's crazy.
I got it for 54. So I was like, I'm gonna jump on it, because I needed something modern for my commute. I drive like 80 to 100 miles a day.
Right.
So then I picked it up, and honestly, I'm not one of these like flashy guys.
Uh-huh.
I like kind of the low key, but then all of a sudden, like, people really notice this car. I didn't realize the paint was going to be as beautiful as it is. And then I know the rims, some people hate them, some people love them, but I think they're classic. You know, it's like they've had this look for a long time. They are a pain to clean.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, just like doing this, you know, you have to like get here and here, and there's like, I don't know, 1, 2, like 30 spokes. It seems like.
Yeah. So I hand washed it myself in the summers.
Right.
And then in the winters, I have to like take it to a touchless place where I just use my, like, you know, I drive in and then I wash it myself, but it's never as clean as
of course not. Yeah. So in the winter time, like, my tip is to like bring, like, let's say an all-purpose cleaner.
Yeah.
And now I mean, usually you want to do it around the freezing point.
Yeah.
So, for example, if it's like 33, 34, that's the best time to wash it.
Yeah.
When it's anything below like 32, that's where it's a little more difficult. So what you want to do is you want to like try to spray some stuff on the wheels, and then once you're done, rinse the car.
Yeah.
And you might, try to hand wash it. So like, get a bucket and a rinseless wash solution.
Yeah.
But I would get like warm water from you know, home first.
Yeah.
Some bays, like there's one by my house.
Yeah.
Their water from the gun is hot.
Yeah.
So it's really nice getting, you know, the brakes and all that stuff, because it cakes on pretty hard.
The problem is also the soaps at these places, they're like real cheap.
They suck. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but then you got to keep all that stuff with you. What brands or solutions do you recommend for that kind of stuff?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Meguiar's.
Yeah.
They have a professional detailer line.
Yeah.
99% of the products there are really good.
Yeah.
Another brand, like for a rinseless wash, I mean, there's so many now, but Optimum No Rinse, McKee's N194, I think it is.
Yeah.
All of those are really good. And if you just bring a bucket and like several microfiber towels, you should be good. Sure. And that's really all you need. And then, you know, just bring that, I don't know, like a spray wax at the end. But what might actually work for your case, since, you know, you don't have much time, I don't know if you saw that product. It's like ceramic wax by Meguiar's.
Yeah.
the way their application works, I think initially you have to put it on, you know, by like standard.
Yeah.
But I think the second and third time and so forth, you spray it on, and then you spray it off.
Yeah.
So that way it'll cut your drying time. So that's another thing is
For
you
sure.
don't want to clean the car and then the stuff freezes.
Yeah, I hear you.
So,
How long have you been doing this for?
about two years
2
now.
years?
Yeah, I started it back when I started college,
Yeah.
actually, because I needed some money,
Yeah,
and working at like a fast food joint wasn't cutting it.
for sure.
So I started it. I always liked cars, and I'm like, well, what's one way I could touch a cool car?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to be a mechanic
Yeah.
because they have a bad like stigma, but behind them. Not saying they're all bad. It's just that you have to be certified. It's just a whole bunch of hoops and loops to go through. So I said, well, this industry, it's a low cost to entry. However, it takes time to build a business book. So I'm like, well, I have all the time in the world. So that's what I did. I started it in September, which was probably a bad choice because it was winter.
Cold, yeah.
Like literally a couple months later. But I had one customer, I cleaned his wheels at Woodward around late September. To this day, he's still my best customer.
Is that the one with the Porsche?
No.
No.
I don't know if...
Or just frequent? He just frequently.
Yeah.
uses-
So
yeah.
he has a Z06, he has a Model X, and he also has a Boxster.
Nice.
Um,
So he pretty much subscribed to you.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have some guys that call me out, whether that's once every 6 months, every season,
Yeah.
Once a year, or once a month, or even every 2 weeks. Everyone has a different like perspective on how clean they want it. For me, I think if you just hand wash it once every 2 weeks,
Yeah,
you should be fine.
for sure.
It's just that when you get into the people that don't maintain their car, it's harder for me to like wax the car, because if the car has never been clayed
Yeah.
or just washed properly, it's a little harder. So, yep.
Yeah, I had the car for a year, and it needed the full detail. It looks so much better.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. And I'm sure you felt the paint too, right?
Yeah,
Like it was like smooth.
for sure.
Yep.
So I had just gotten the car paint corrected about a month ago, but then I let it sit in the garage, and a couple times the garage was open, and that's how the car got dusty. So before I started filming, we had discussed about, okay, it doesn't need much, so you're doing like a touchless spray.
Yeah. So what I'm spraying right now is that Optimum No Rinse. It's a rinseless wash, but I'm kind of like prepping the paint for that. So that way, when I go over it, there's not much like dust. There's light, but not crazy. So this just needs a quick wipe down. But what you don't want to do is just spray the quick detailer and wipe it, because there may not be enough lubrication. So the more you have, the better. But that doesn't mean we need to go overkill with the foam and pressure washer and.
Especially, I just changed the windshield
Right. Yeah.
yesterday. They said a hand wash is okay, but for 24 hours, hold off. After 24 hours, they're like,
Yep. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Because on mine, I had mine changed.
yeah,
But they put like a big tape, like here,
Yeah.
here, and there.
yeah,
And
No, I went to John R. Auto Glass and
Yeah.
or John R. Glass it's called, and I think BMW uses them.
Yeah, so a lot of dealerships, they outsource that stuff. I remember for mine, they quoted me like 300.
Yeah.
But I went to the place, they said like 180.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But yeah,
That's-
it's not worth it.
No,
The dealer
no.
ends up sometimes using the same people, you know?
oh yeah.
So this, like all the techniques and stuff that you have on the more extensive washes and details, did you learn that yourself, or you looked it up online, or how do you learn the secrets of the trade?
So for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to like wash a black car.
Yeah.
Because my first car before that was black.
Yeah.
So the thing is I couldn't really like clean it right, and so that was the problem. And I got to the point where I'm like, all right, let me watch a couple videos here.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot. I bought a lot of stuff that I don't even use, and it just came down to trial and error. You know, seeing what worked, what didn't work.
Yeah.
So I found some guys that were like actual professionals.
Yeah.
That would make videos, and they're saying, oh, use this product, this and that. Well, little did I know they're getting paid to say all that.
Yeah.
So I'm out here trying this product. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's better than all the stuff you'd get at AutoZone. But I was still missing some, like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So then I found a Facebook group where you could basically just ask any question, and it's filled with professionals, new people, all that stuff. So the thing was I was like, I started to figure out everything. The key I wanted to figure out was, what are the staples? Every detailer will use a different compound or polish or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there's certain like staples that everyone uses. This being one of them. But see, some people, like at a shop setting, they don't have to use this. So this product, it softens water, and I use it with distilled water too. That way when I wash a car in the direct sun, it doesn't leave spots. So that's one thing I wanted to look for, is a product that had some capabilities of softening the water. Because the annoying part is, if you ever wash a car in the sun, there's like streaks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, how do you get rid of that?
No,
So I couldn't find anyone that knew that solution openly.
Yeah.
Because you see all these soaps say streak-free, 0 spot, but it's like that's false. So I needed to figure out what was legit and not. So, yep, just all research.
No, that's something that would keep me away from a black car, because I just don't have the time and dedication. Although I
Right.
mean, I like the look. This car, I mean, thankfully has been, besides the hood, I think it's in really good shape. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
even the hood,
It is.
it's in good shape.
It
It's
is
just
very,
you know,
good for what it is.
50,000 miles. Yeah.
Because the typical owner, they usually don't take care of their cars.
Yeah.
So that's where it goes into the whole fact, I'm gonna just hire a guy.
See, here's the thing. I have always been a car guy.
Yeah.
So like my first car, when I got rims on it, I used to hand wash it even in the wintertime, and like I'd be freezing outside.
Right.
And then you get a point where it's just like, you know what? I just like, when you're driving like, 2 hours a day, you're just so tired that like, it's
yeah.
like, it's tough to maintain. So it's just easier to get like
Yeah.
something that you don't, like get a Camry or something you don't care about. And I know there's a scratch.
Yeah.
So that scratch, okay.
Trying to figure
I took it to my dad's place.
Yeah.
And he has like a smaller garage, and I parked it in there, and he closed the garage. It wasn't supposed to close. I knew the car was not fully in, but I didn't think he'd close it. So unfortunately, there's like this. It's right where where the grill is. So
Yeah.
you think there's
Because
anything
the
you could
thing
do?
is that's
too deep.
that's paint transfer.
Yeah.
So that's white. Now bumpers, the substrate is always black.
Yeah.
So what this may be is it may have took off the color, but not went through everything. If that makes sense.
Sure.
So the thing is I may be able to like polish it.
Yeah.
But then now you'll see like where it kind of cut.
Yeah.
So that it's one of those things where it's like maybe touch of paint.
Sure.
Yeah. I think touch of paint would actually be the best choice.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it's right. It's the same. It's right where the kidney grill is too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, most people can't tell. You know.
No.
But definitely, it's something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
On the back trunk lid, there's like 1 or 2 real minor scratches like that. But
Yep. Yeah. Touch of paint would make it look better. Not perfect, but better for sure.
What's the best car you've done?
There's so many.
Or your favorite, I should say.
Like the best car that I've done, like
Besides the Alpina.
right, is like most people would be like a nice car to me is different than like the average person, because I look at a nice car as like a nice built car. So somebody that spent time getting the right wheels for it, building the motor, this and that. But the latest car that I've done would have to be that Porsche GT3 RS.
Yeah.
Because that guy actually drives his car.
Oh yeah.
And like he does, I mean, he babies it, but it's like he uses it for what the car was designed to be. A lot of guys get that car,
Just park it. Yeah.
and don't even do anything with it, and it's like, what's the point? So yeah.
You see some of these cars that bring a trailer, and it's like they've had it for 20 years, and they've put like a couple 100 miles on it, or so it's like.
Oh yeah, of course.
I guess they're trying to use it as an investment or something, or showpiece.
Which cars usually aren't. Like right now, a lot of the Japanese cars are going up in the market. So like, if you buy, let's say a GTR, right? Like the older ones. That will actually be kind of an investment.
Or a Supra or something.
Yeah, because those cars go up.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, those cars are at least 20 years old. So there's only so many of them around.
Do the owners ever let you go in the cars or like drive them or get a ride in them?
They always do. And I'm like, listen, bro, like this car is like easily like 80 grand.
Yeah.
So actually the coolest old car that I've done, I don't know if you've seen the video, was the red NSX.
Yeah.
So that owner, he collects a lot of JDM cars.
Yeah.
And so what he'll do is he'll buy it, drive it for like a couple years, and then sell it. But he's trying out every single like JDM classic.
Yeah.
So that's MR2, 3000 GT, Skyline, all those cars. And the problem is that the market is like very high now.
Yeah.
So it's like the ability to do that is still there. It's just that you have to pay quite a bit of a markup. So unfortunately, that's the problem.
How'd you meet the guy with the Z? Or
So that guy is actually a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
I did. It's such a weird like story. So I had a customer that was an insurance agent, and he made a post, looking for a mobile detailer to polish my wife's Escalade. And I was like, okay, I think I could do it. So I did it, came out great. He referred me out a couple times. I got a few follows. And then there was this one guy that had an E36, not M3, like probably a 330. But he put a LS in there, and he tracks it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So that guy has another friend which is the guy that has the Z.
Yeah.
That guy with the Z has a 500 horsepower Evo, FD RX-7, what else? A bunch of cool like cars. Can't think of them now. But that guy reached out to me and said, hey, I want to get my Evo done before I sell it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sure. And then for like a couple months, I didn't get anything back. And then he ended up saying, I actually got a daily driver because I needed one. So he had me do his truck. So then I saw there was like an orange car and a cover. And I was like, what is it? He said, oh, it's an old Nissan. And it was a 280Z. But it had like dust and stuff, because he's the type of guy to like work on a car, use it, have fun with it, but he's not that whole like cleaning car type.
Yeah.
He doesn't care for the whole show car thing.
Yeah.
So I looked at the car and I was like, I could bring it back to a life.
Yeah.
So we agreed on it, and then I had my video guy come and film the whole process. So it's always cool to seeing like stories like that, because now like he loves the car even more.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he probably got some offers on it after that video.
Yeah, so that car, they're worth about 20 to 30 grand.
Yeah.
You gotta think that car was like fully restored.
Yeah.
So as it sits, it's about 20 to 30 grand. But yeah, them cars are really cool. Really, 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 really cool. So